Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fellowship. My name is Adam Hawk. He is Ryan Engle. This is a podcast. A podcast is a series of audio episodes that can be streamed or downloaded from the internet. The word podcast is a portmanteau. A portmanteau is a singular word that combines the sounds and meaning of two words. Examples include motel, which of course is the combination of...
Mobile hotel?
What kind of hotel is mobile?
I don't know.
You're going to just put the hotel on wheels and move it somewhere?
No, like you drive your buggy right into it.
Right into the room?
No, just like right out in front. I don't know.
Motel, which is of course the combination of motor and hotel.
Motor? How does that factor in?
Smog, another example of a portmanteau, the combination of...
Los Angeles skyline.
Smoke and fog.
Smoke and fog. That one's stupid.
Bromance.
Bromance. You and Tiger Woods.
The combination of brother and romance. Pokemon.
What?
The combination of pocket and monsters. And podcast. The combination of...
iPod broadcast.
iPod and broadcast. A lot of show to get to, but before we do, Sunday was my birthday. Easiest birthday in the world to remember, 7/7/87, but I am an even easier guy to shop for. First off, I don't believe in celebrating birthdays past the age of 21. That's something only women should do. But I'm also easy because all I want for my birthday is for all of you to listen to this show on YouTube because we have that platform monetized, meaning we actually get paid if you spin the broadcast over at youtube.com/@NationGolf. Also,
and when he says that we get paid,
yes,
he means tens of dollars.
That's right.
Taco Bell ain't cheap, boys.
No, it's not. Side note on Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Have you tried their new Cheez-It Crunchwrap Supreme?
So there's two Taco Bells. There's classic Taco Bell and there's Frankenstein Taco Bell. I don't get on the Baja Blast, Doritos, what kind of concoction they can take the same ingredients, the same bullshit behind the counter and do up a new layout of them. I don't subscribe to that. I go classic, OG crunchy, OG soft. That's it. You leave everything else to the peasants who need to be wowed with some stupid box, with some stupid collab. Cheez-Its, what the hell is that? Keep it OG. Stay on the classics, folks.
I'm finding it hard to concentrate on what you're saying, and I pride myself in being a good listener because we have two dogs absolutely tussling right over the screen of my laptop right now.
Yeah, they're just having fun, man.
Do they know we're recording a show right now?
No one can hear that.
It's not about whether the listener can hear it or not. It's about the sight of two dogs fighting right over my laptop screen.
Wow. Don't look.
I can't help it. It's right in my sight line.
Oh my gosh. What am I going to do?
I tried the Crunchwrap Supreme that had a giant oversized Cheez-It in it.
You did not.
It's the worst thing I've ever had in fast food. And that's saying a lot, folks.
Why would you Honey, I Shrunk the Kids a Cheez-It?
Well, it's the opposite.
I know, but in the movie they go big and small, you know.
Which one? One or two?
Who cares, Hawk? Why the fuck would you need a pizza-sized Cheez-It? It sounds awful.
It was terrible. Anyway, on YouTube, I want to get the comments section going.
Do you really, though?
I do.
Strike me as a guy who doesn't like a lot of borderline comments.
Any chance these dogs are going to stop fighting? Now they've got squeak toys in their mouth.
They're fine, dude.
I know they're fine. I will try to do the show with this scene going on in the background.
Better than some schizophrenic cat just like staring at the wall, chasing a laser. These are actually two intelligent beings having fun.
Oh, your dog Coco just radiates intelligence.
Smarter than your cat.
I do want to get the comments section in YouTube going because I've seen some people commenting there and I'm thinking to myself, this is so much easier to read what people have to say about the show and so much easier for them to comment on the show without them having to fire up an email. They're right there. They're listening to the show. Leave your comment, leave your take, leave your question, and I promise you, the best ones will get read on the show. So let's all listen on YouTube, comment on YouTube, and together we will make the Fellowship a true fellowship, a true back and forth, a true give and take, a true session of good old-fashioned horse hockey.
Really?
If you want to get on this show, get on YouTube, get in the comments section, let it rip. We'll read them. We'll respond to them. We'll bring them to the show. Off the top, my dad, the man I named my son after, my hero, my North Star, the person I look up to the most. He called me last week and he said to me, Adam, I listened to the last episode of the podcast and there was way too much of you, not enough Ryan. Stop hogging the mic. Give the people what they want. Give them more Ryan. True story. That's what he said.
Well, Dad, it's hard to get anything in when you got some guy over here with 8 pages of prep that he's got to get through. I'm just trying to do my best to not interrupt as much. He's not an interrupter. He doesn't like interrupting anymore.
Counterpoint. Hard to do a show when you're totally prepped and the guy sitting across from you not only doesn't prep, but takes pride in not reading the text messages you send to him to help him with his prep.
I read it.
You did?
Yeah. I filed it right away, right into the magic memory banks.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's what my dad said. Do you feel like I hogged the mic?
Yeah, but you have to. I mean, that's how this relationship works. I'm just sitting over here with magic bullets in my holster, waiting to pull them out and let them off, and you can just make sure the song stays on track the whole time. That's what this is.
Okay.
So it's great, but maybe you could tone down the jaw jacking just a little bit. You know, the gum flapping, the flap jacking.
Folks, we pride ourselves on a certain reliable cadence around here. On Mondays we tape.
Cadence.
On Mondays we post. On Mondays, the people get the podcast. So, of freaking course, the first time we've had a conflict in months, we cannot tape on Monday, which was yesterday. I was out of pocket. And of course, it's the Monday I wanted to tape the most because our friend, our good pal, Joe Etter, caddy to Davis Thompson, was on the winning bag at the John Deere Classic.
And you know what, folks? You love to see it.
You do. It's really hard to put into words how elated we are for Joe to be legitimately good friends with somebody and to see them on television Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In the final group, getting it done. His dude Davis shot 28 under par. And they won $1.4 million, which means $140K to Joe. And I've heard that caddies get a little bit more than 10% when the guy wins. So perhaps it was a little bit more than $140K. I don't know.
We don't know. But whatever it was.
A lot of money.
A lot of money. Whatever it was, let's just say this. I know we might owe him a couple bucks, but I think maybe he picks up the LG's tab this time around, you know?
Yeah. They're on a heater right now. They went T9 at the U.S. Open. They went T2 at whatever tournament was played a couple of weeks ago.
Rocket Mortgage?
Yes. Wow. Look who the PGA Tour fanboy is now.
Okay.
I couldn't even remember that. You're known for two things, not liking the tour and not having a good memory.
I don't not like the tour. I just think that they've bastardized it so much, and now you have basically 2 leagues running in the same system.
It's like SmackDown and Raw.
Okay.
T9 at the U.S. Open, T2 at the Rocket Mortgage, and first place at the John Deere Classic. All of it totaling up to $3 million for Davis Thompson, $300K for Joe Etter.
So does he get in to the British automatically for winning that?
Joe Etter got on a chartered flight to Scotland. They are now at the Genesis Scotland Open, and then they will go to the British Open.
You know what I like about you is it's kind of like your little subtle two-facedness that you do. You have this like personal chat with Jetter that you try to like manipulate and create this greater bond between the two of you, and then you come into our 3-way chat and you just sprinkle a little mist on it to like keep me included, but then you jump in and probably say a bunch of heartfelt stuff. Joe, if you're listening, just know there's no angle, there's no motive here for me. I just accept you, I root for you, I love you, and it doesn't come with any of the Adam Hawk fluff. So I hope you enjoy all those personal texts he's sending you to pick your brain, to know all the info about him going on the airplane and getting on the jet. He's on his way over there right now. Oh, let me text him and Engle real quick and just say a couple nice things and blah, 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 blah. Come on, Adam. I know what you're doing there, and I don't like it.
Are you insinuating that there is a group text between Joe, you, and myself, which there is, and that Joe and I have a separate text on the side?
Yes.
Well, you would be correct.
Yeah. And the one on the side between you and him is you really put your energy into that one because you want your relationship with Joe to be better than our relationship with Joe. It's exactly what it is. Whatever curtain you think you have up, just know that it is sheer as sheer can be because I see right through it.
There's no curtain.
Oh, there's a curtain. Why would there not be a curtain? The curtain is that other text right there full of a bunch of jaw-jacking. Here's the truth. Not only does Adam want to be better friends with Joe, and that's fine. That's cool. Whatever. I don't like the way you're going about it, but that's a whole different topic. The real truth behind all this is Adam, and I'm speaking to all the listeners out there in iPod broadcast land, Adam has this weird idea and dream that he thinks he could be a PGA Tour caddy. He thinks he could actually do it. And I constantly tell him, I was like, no, they don't allow people to walk out of the high side of the bunker and to step on rakes and park your bag on the other side of the direction of the next tee and walk across things like a Sasquatch sighting going back for his putter. They don't allow that kind of jibber jabber. But he thinks, oh, well, if I keep this relationship with Joe, maybe there's a chance one day I might get called up for a loop, or I want to travel and just be a road dog and make some cash and work on the PGA Tour. Oh man, that's your dream. I can see it. I don't appreciate that extra text. I really don't.
Oh my God. All right. In another life, I would love to be a professional caddy. It would be my dream if I was not married with children. My wife actually asked me as she watched Joe on television all Sunday, and I told her he just made twice my salary in 4 days. She asked me, why don't you go and do that? You love golf. You just got to carry the bag.
And how'd you tell her that you can't?
I said, honey, do you know where he is right now? He's in Illinois. Do you know where his wife is? She's in Georgia. Do you know the last time they saw each other? Probably 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. Do you know where he's going right after this before he goes back to Georgia? To Scotland.
And then Mina said, well, what difference does it make?
Shut up. Shut up. I mean, shut up. Shut up. In another life, in a single life, I would love to be a caddy. It's not going to happen. So do I live vicariously through Joe? Yes. And
I just think it's cute that the bromance is like one direction. You're super bromantical with him, and he kind of just gives you some fish food, you know? Joe, good on you, bud.
So you think he's just entertaining me?
A little bit. The bromance it's not a two-way street. Like, he doesn't have this bromance with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Really.
Who came to who? Joe Etter came to me through the Jim Rome Show. Heard about Nation Golf, liked my character on the show, reached out on Twitter, said I'm a tour caddy.
And the result of that was big Ryan Engle guy, Joe Etter. Big Ryan. Maybe I should start a personal text with him. You want to have a little contest? See who can be better friends with Jetter? Oh, Adam's pissed. I derailed him. I've officially derailed him. He's going to go back to his notes. We're going to move on, folks. Moving on.
We haven't even talked about it. They shot 28 under par, set a tournament record, and what I find very ironic and funny about this is this.
I knew you were going to go here. I know exactly where you're going.
This has to be awkward for you, and here's why.
It's funny. This is funny.
Just sit back and listen, folks. For what episode are we on? 89? I don't know. Don't hold it against me. For 89 episodes, Ryan Engle, and to a lesser degree, me, have been on this podcast absolutely lambasting the PGA Tour for continuing to put dog shit products in front of us, like the John Deere Classic, where guys can go out and shoot 28 under par, where the 14th sub 60 round since 2020 can be shot by a guy who only netted a 2-stroke lead after shooting a 59.
That's crazy.
Where 156 guys were in the field and only 13 were over par after day one. Where Davis Thompson shot 28 under and only finished with a 4-stroke lead over a gaggle of guys that were 24 under. Where birdies felt like pars felt like bogeys, where the course was so soft they were playing ball in hand. Lift, clean place.
Oh, man. You got to love ball in hand.
It was video game golf personified.
Yep.
And I do also want to point out that when Ryan reaches into his very, very shallow memory bank and reference bank, he always pulls out, by name, the John Deere Classic as something to hold up for what represents the worst of the worst on the PGA Tour. Whether that's true or not, whether the John Deere is actually the worst that the PGA Tour has to offer, it has been the reference of record for Ryan Engle when making fun of the PGA Tour for having completely lost the plot. He always uses the John Deere reference.
I think it's because, historically speaking, if you just like do a shallow pocket glaze back into the past of watching week in, week out of the PGA Tour before they've become the product they are today, I go back and I scan over the schedule. I think of all these different stops, and that one stands out to me because it always is like overcast, super green, a little damp, and Steve Stricker is just like winning it every year, just hitting it to 3 inches on every shot. And you're just like, that doesn't take anything away from how great of a player Strick is, but it's just like the one term of the year where it's like, hey, come and watch this Harlem Globetrotters exhibition, and these guys are just going to make a fool out of this course. It's just that one where it's like, there's not a year that goes by that place isn't an absolutely birdie brigade. So it's always just pops up in my mind like, look, you want to have some like really non-engaging competitive event for the consumer, meaning that everyone's doing so good like you don't even really know what you're watching. That's the one that stands out to me. That being said, no one's happier for my guy, Jetter, than me.
And that being said, I put the John Deere Classic just about a half notch below the Masters. So, couldn't be happier for Joe.
Why is it that place is just so easy?
I don't know.
I don't either. Folks, Jetter is calling in on my phone right now. We're going to go live to the Jet. Jet!
Oh, weird. He's not there.
Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Maybe you should hit him on your personal chat.
He said he was going to call me later today.
Oh, I bet he was.
I don't need to defend my friendship with Joe.
No, it's fine. I feel bad for the guy because he probably feels obligated now. Maybe that's why we haven't paid him in full yet, so that you have like some leverage for him to like answer your calls.
Wow. What an accusation. Can't I just be happy for my buddy?
Oh, I think he's more happy that I'm roasting you over the coals right now. He's a big Ryan Engle guy. Big Ryan Engle guy.
Davis Thompson, out of nowhere, after these last 3 weeks, is now top 30 in the FedEx Cup rankings. Another thing that we always make fun of that we have to pretend to like right now because our buddy just won the John Deere and is benefiting from all this stuff.
No one's going to put all of everything I've ever said aside faster than me just for my guy Jet.
That's right.
I am now big on all of this stuff.
So they just won $3 million over the last 3 events. What they stand to make by getting into the playoffs and potentially making a run, because if Davis Thompson can hold his top 30 FedEx Cup rankings all the way to the Tour Championship, he's in. And everyone knows that the 30th place guy makes over $1 million. Mm-hmm. So the amount of money still to come for these guys between now and the end of the year, if they can maintain that top 30 ranking, is ridiculous. It's just begun for these guys. They are starting the incredible roller coaster ride of becoming rich and famous. It's happening right now. We're at the beginning of it.
How long before he stops responding.
Question of the day, isn't it?
Maybe I'll start texting him just to keep him on the line, We don't want to lose track, just in case.
Yeah.
In case you guys have a little falling out or something. The fuck was that? Microsoft Windows?
Oh, my gosh. You're upset about one alert that came through my computer, and I have been watching your dogs bark and fight for an hour.
No one can hear that.
But I can hear it and see it, and I'm trying to do a show here.
Be a professional.
I'm trying.
Try harder. Really?
On Sunday, July the 7th, you decided to post a video of me. You have a funny way of saying happy birthday to me every year.
Happy birthday to you.
2 years ago, you posted me completely lit on gin martinis, and it was embarrassing. This year, I wake up to a video of me at Luau Larry's on Catalina Island.
Great place.
It was my first time there.
Getting your wiki whacked.
Hadn't ever been to Luau Larry's at the time that this video was taken. They brought out a tiki doll. I was instructed by the staff to give the tiki doll a belly rub for good luck. All of a sudden, a lot of cell phones came out to film me doing this belly rub. I was a little lit on bong water, which is a drink there, and buffalo's milk, another great drink there. I have a stupid look on my face. My eyes are half open. I start rubbing the belly of the tiki doll, and all of a sudden a giant wood boner comes out.
Does a rocking horse have a wooden pecker?
So if you'd like to see a video of me rubbing a tiki doll and then a crank coming out, go on over to @NationGolf. Thanks for posting that.
Wow, you didn't like it, huh?
No, it was great.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like it.
It was great.
Was it? Really?
Really. Have you been playing any golf lately?
Played the week before last.
How's the game?
Actually good right now. I think I shot one over. I just love hitting that tee ball with the older equipment. And I think it's just setting up the rest of the game because I'm excited to peg it and watch where it goes. And I think when you got that positive energy and that excitement for that, everything kind of falls your way a little bit more. A couple long putts start going in. You get up and down here and there. How's your golf game, Hawk?
I played a scramble last week at a all-staff meeting for the SCGA.
How many guys were like, oh, look at those old clubs. How do you hit them far? You really playing those? Did you get any of that?
Well, it's interesting. What you're alluding to is the fact that I play the Ping I2 red dots, and every time someone catches a glimpse of your bag in 2024, they do ask the same question. How old are those clubs? Is there any face left on them? Why don't you upgrade? And then you end up hitting your 7-iron on the tee box of a par 3 exactly as far as they hit their 7-iron on the tee box of a par 3, and they've got the misspelled Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke.
You're like, hey, did the fake carbon fiber plate on the back of your Stealth irons, you're telling me that it didn't make the ball go farther? Get a grip, you guys. It's all fucking bullshit.
Played in the scramble. I was paired with two gentlemen at my other job. One was a +2 handicap. The other was a +3.
Wow.
Needless to say, 18 holes. How many shots of mine do you think they used?
4. And it's funny that you kept track of this, but what was it?
3.
3? Okay.
It's not hard to keep track when you only have to count to 3.
I mean, are you counting like some of the tap-ins that they probably let you hit? Or are you talking like actual golf shots?
I'm counting one putt that I made from 5 feet.
Okay, so that doesn't count. They used 2 of your shots. What shots were they?
One was a wedge and one was, I can't even remember. Might have been one shot.
Hey, did it help? Were they both birdies?
Yeah.
Okay, good. There you go. You can touch a corner of the trophy when they're hoisting it up on stage.
We finished second to last.
Second to last.
Because of their handicaps and the fact that it was a net scramble.
A net scramble? Holy shit. How do you even do that?
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They do that in the Pro-Ams. And like we all thought we did good when we played at the Gallery Classic. We damn near collectively almost birdied every hole. holy shit, we might win some fucking corporate goodie bag. This could be cool. You come in, and all these like business owners and guys who buy these Pro-Am foursomes, you look, they were like 48 under par or something
Right.
with all these stupid net games and stuff, and you're like, what the fuck is that? How do these guys stand up there and take an honest photo being like, yeah, we won this. This was our score.
Yeah.
What?
We shot a gross 15 under after 18 holes and finished in last.
That's great.
This golf outing was rolled up into a staff meeting. And as part of the staff meeting, our HR representative gave a seminar on workplace violence and how to deal with it, how to de-escalate it, how to report it. I then go onto the golf course and I am paired with the HR representative, and she is in my cart. So I spent a day riding around with HR. And actually, despite the fact that I had a lot of preconceived notions about what HR is and what it represents, I had a damn good time with this person. Now, we're on the back nine. I'm sitting next to her. I look to my 3 o'clock, one fairway over, and I see my pal, my buddy, a big Ryan Engle fan, Jason Neibel. Jason Neibel is a man that I consider to be like an older brother to me. Love the guy. One of my really, really good friends. And it was a hot day. He was wearing shorts, which is fine. Not going to go after him for that. But he had the sleeves rolled up on his wrinkly ass dry fit polo.
Man, these 4 inches of poly, they're just making me a little too hot. I'm going to roll these up, and it's going to make a big difference. What is Nivel thinking?
So I turned to the HR rep and I said, I am very glad that you coached us on how to de-escalate workplace violence, because
I want to punch this guy right now.
I want to run over across the fairway right now.
Pull his shirt over his head and Happy Gilmore sucker punch him
Just
to
drop
the right
the dude.
cheek. Yep.
Nibel, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So I told him after the round, I said, Jason, I love you. You get to pick your nickname for the rest of your life. Do you want to be Judas Nibel because you betrayed me in the game of golf today, or do you want to be Jason the Cable Guy? Which one do you want, bud?
Both. Both are very, very high on the list.
Yeah. So to Judas Nibel, a.k.a. Jason the Cable Guy, you betrayed the game of golf. You betrayed yourself. You betrayed me. I have the image of you with rolled up sleeves on a Nike Dry Fit in shorts playing golf burned into my mind forever. And as a dad who is dropping his son off at college this weekend, and congratulations to your son for getting into SDSU, I want you to look your son in the eyes, Judas Nibel, and tell him you have failed.
Wow. STDSU.
Is that what they call it?
That's what I just called it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
STDSU. Wow. San Diego State taking some bullets here.
Hey, what are you going to do?
Do you know what the baseball field is called at San Diego State?
God, I don't know.
Tony Gwynn Field.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
Tony Gwynn. What a hitter.
How was your fourth?
It was good. It was better. And you know why it was better this year?
Why is that?
Because the San Juan Capistrano Community Center, which is right across the street from our house, they have a couple big fields for events and baseball games, soccer games, what have you. Beginning of summer, tore out all the grass to redo it. And because of that, the shitty, super expensive, super annoying, super invasive to my life budget carnival that normally comes in across the street for the week prior leading up to the 4th of July was not there this year. And folks, you love to see that. No one parking in front of my house, people walking. Why here? Why here?
Because it's a community center.
Do it downtown. Get out of here. The carnival sucks.
Fucking thing sucks.
This thing sucks.
Fucking thing sucks.
But you had a good fourth.
Had a great fourth because I didn't have to deal with that. We went to the beach all day, and then when that started getting nuts, we bailed the scene, went to the Dunlaps up the hill, hung out, did the whole barbecue thing, and right before the fireworks went off, we rushed down back to the house to be with the dogs because the fireworks from that very community center go off right above our house. We watched the fireworks show from our couch out our living room windows.
Can you see over the front yard fence that you built?
Oh, yeah, because you're looking up. The fireworks go in the air, Adam, like in the sky. That was a really good joke that didn't land. Arnie handled the fireworks great this year. He stood on the couch, watched them go off, and barked at them the whole time. And I was like, you get them, buddy. And then Coco damn near lost her fucking marbles. This was her first go. Our house shakes. Like, that's how close they are. Like, the windows fucking rattle on the big ones. And she was tripping, dude.
Leave it to a little white crusty dog to have her shit together during the 4th of July.
You would have been scared.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You know what you could have done to help Coco out is you could have taken out your purse, placed the dog in the purse, and zipped it up.
Well, could I borrow yours next time? Mine's at the dry cleaner.
Because she pissed in it, probably, as a dog that has already pissed in the office this morning.
Actually, bring your cat carrier. I'll start using that.
I think it's 10 times too big for your little white purse dog.
Please, dude. That's a 20-pound animal right there.
20 pounds.
Yeah. Want to bet?
Sure.
Really?
I had a great 4th. Thanks for asking.
I wasn't asking.
I know. That's why I said thanks for asking.
Oh, is this where you're going to be like, oh, you didn't invite me with my roundabout fucking ask for an invitation? Is that where this is going?
No.
Okay.
So I asked you what you were doing for the 4th of July in an attempt to earn an invite because you live in a beach community. And I said, what are you doing for the 4th? And you proceeded to hammer out all of your plans via your fat thumbs and your misspellings and your bad grammar. And you texted it back to me. And in no part of that text did it say, would you like to join? So no invite. What are you going to do? That's all right. We pivoted. We had a great day. Got on the train, took it up to Los Angeles, went to Olvera Street, a.k.a. Little Mexico. Went to Chinatown, took the train back, went downtown, watched the fireworks. Great day. Now, I liked this 4th of July so much better than any other 4th, and I texted this to you last night. The 4th of July falling on a Thursday was incredible.
Super, super great.
Yes, because you get Thursday off, the whole world is checked out Friday, Saturday and Sunday you're off. It is like getting Thanksgiving in July.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Who doesn't love a good old-fashioned 4-day weekend?
Oh.
And when the world knows that they are on the precipice of a 4-day weekend, you know what they do? They turn it into a 5-day weekend because they're really mailing it in Wednesday.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday feels like Friday.
Oh, yeah. Wednesday is, okay, so I think we're all good here, right? Maybe we should wrap it up. I got to get to the store.
I did go to a fireworks show, and I enjoyed it, but I think my definitive take on fireworks is once you've seen them once, you've seen them all. There's nothing new that ever happens at these shows where you're like, oh, my gosh.
No, but I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. I agree to an extent. When the grand finale hits, even the saltiest get off my lawn guy looks up, and he won't show it, but deep down he's going, hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah.
I got to get this out because this goes back to the same neighborhood firework guy. Once you see it this way, it's hard to unsee it. But here you are. You've waited all day. You've eaten your weight in hot dogs and macaroni salad and barbecue chips. And you're just like, wow, I feel like shit. I wonder why. Grab me another beer out of the cooler. And you're sitting there and like, okay, it's time for the fireworks show. And they start going off and you're staring up, you're looking at them. And although you're correct that nothing has changed really, ultimately it's the same kind of thing for the past 80 years since they invented the damn things. They're going off, you're enjoying it, whatever, and there's a reason why they're so expensive because the real ones are the real ones. Mm-hmm. And those ones go up and they really fucking explode. Those are some gnarly mini rockets. And then it's over and everyone's cleaning up and here comes the neighborhood firework guy. And he's telling you about, oh, I got these for my buddy, or I got these and that, and they light them off. And although they're loud, and although they explode in a similar fashion, they're not nearly as good as the real ones.
Yeah.
And so here you are going, pew, 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 after a real show. Don't you feel a little stupid?
Right.
That's when you should realize that maybe this is childish. Maybe I should just invest in sparklers and the bees on the ground and do it for the kids rather than wake up the neighbors with some budget wannabe firework that wouldn't even be considered to be in the show. Even the best one where it's like, oh, I got a mortar this year and it goes off and you're like, well, that was about 15% as good as a real one. Yeah. Congratulations. Was that one $200?
Right.
You're an idiot. Just let the pros be the pros and quit fucking up my eardrums in the neighborhood.
And the fact it comes after the real show, it's like the Red Hot Chili Peppers going on stage after Radiohead. It's just embarrassing.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, people actually enjoying a concert and then a bunch of guys crying in the stands. I hate my life. I'm so sad. Let's take drugs and be sad together.
I will never take music advice from somebody who actually likes Revolution.
I do not like Revolution. Those guys drive me nuts. I do not like Revolution, and my wife is mad at me because of it.
They are quite possibly the worst band that has ever walked the face of the earth. I struggle to come up with a worse band than Revolution.
There has to be worse bands, but I get what you're saying.
Thanks to your post on Instagram on Sunday, I had a lot of people reaching out to wish me a happy birthday. And I got to tell you, my favorite development from this podcast is being known as the top dog chair guy.
Oh, yeah, you got a lot of top dog comments.
On Father's Day, I got a lot of texts saying, Happy Father's Day, hope you're enjoying the top dog chair. And,
which you probably were.
And I was.
Yeah.
And on Sunday, a lot of texts saying, hope you're enjoying the top dog chair. And that just makes me so happy for two reasons. One, I'm carrying on my dad's legacy. Like every man before him and before me, he realized that a rite of passage to being a dad is having a recliner. So when he came down to my house a couple of years ago and saw that there was no recliner, he went right out to Bob's Discount and got me a top dog chair. So I love that. And I love being in the top dog chair, calling it the top dog chair, and passing out like a top dog in the top dog chair.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
So when your dad comes to town to
Great question.
A, see the kids, and B, help you with all the man stuff around the house, like fixing things, using tools, do you let him sit in the top dog chair after, or do you just by default get to be there even though you haven't justly earned that position?
There's a hierarchy in life that I respect, and so my dad will always get dibs on the top dog chair.
You love to hear that.
You do. Yeah. You got to respect your dad. And I hope that my son, Johnny, will allow me to sit in his top dog chair when I come visit him later in life. But
well, maybe your dad can teach him how to do things with his hands.
His mom probably can.
Yeah.
She's the man of the house. When the kids see a bug, they call for my wife.
You don't say.
Speaking of my wife, my favorite part of the top dog chair and being known for the top dog chair is she hates the top dog chair. She thinks it's an eyesore. She hates that it's called the top dog chair. She hates that people call it the top dog chair. She hates that my kids call it the top dog chair. She hates that I refer to myself as the top dog of the house. And she hates that it's catching on.
Wow. She's never straddled you in that thing and passionately made out? Not once? She doesn't listen anymore because the kids are out of school.
Yeah, and she doesn't get to take her walks where she would listen to the podcast. What are the best things you're watching on television right now?
I just finished up Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, with Bryan Cranston?
Yeah, that was really good. Well, the first half of it was really good. That's pretty much all I've been watching. Here's the honest truth. The bar is so low. We talk about it, and it's low with everything nowadays. It doesn't take that great of a show to be worth watching anymore.
You just tapped into something that I want to explore on a different podcast because this isn't the place for it, but I'm a bit of a mediophile, an audiophile, a cinephile. We are officially out of the golden age of television.
Oh, by a long shot.
There's a misconception that we're still in it because so much content is being churned out and put in front of us because there are so many streaming platforms that have to have something exclusive on them to make you pay the $8, $9, $10, $12 a month to subscribe. I don't want to get into it because I could sit here forever and talk about it, but the days of The Sopranos, Breaking Bad, The Wire, The Office, Mad Men, all these incredible shows that came out back to back to back to back for 10 or 15 years straight when we were in the golden age of television, we are officially out of the golden age of television.
By a long shot.
Best 3 things I've seen lately: The Bear.
Never heard of it.
3rd season just came out. It's a show about...
Cocaine bears?
No, that was a great movie, though. It's a show about a kitchen at a fine dining restaurant that was formerly an Italian beef sandwich shop in Chicago. They capture the chaotic frenzy, the organized circus of a kitchen so incredibly well. You would really like it.
That does sound interesting.
Love Island.
What is that?
I'm glad you don't know, because no man should know what Love Island is.
Bravo?
Peacock.
Peacock. The cock.
I remember when HBO Max just went to Max and someone wrote, "Your move, Peacock."
The Max thing is so dumb.
Yeah.
Because HBO clearly outshines Skinamax. HBO blew that one.
Love Island is the most finely polished piece of trash you will ever watch in your life. Reality TV, for the most part, is nothing but garbage. They shine this thing up so well, produce it so well, and churn out an episode almost every night, and it's like a summer tradition. It's incredible. It's so addicting. 3rd thing I've seen that I absolutely love, cannot recommend it enough, Inside Out 2.
What the hell is that?
Your daughter saw it.
Did she?
I texted your wife and said, "Have you seen this movie yet?" Because
Really?
it has very relatable content. And she said, "No, but Palmer went with her grandma's."
Oh, yeah, that's right. Cool.
Inside Out 2, the most accurate depiction of anxiety and a panic attack you will ever see. And it's in a Pixar kids movie. And I'm telling you right now, there are droves and droves of reviews from the Hollywood Reporter to the New York Times to the Daily Beast written by adults who went and saw Inside Out 2, saying that it unlocked something for them. It made them feel so incredibly validated. It's helping them deal with something that they haven't dealt with before. And you will get to a certain part in this movie, if you're in the theater, and you will hear multiple adults start weeping.
Okay.
If you happen to have any battles with anxiety or panic, I could not recommend Inside Out 2 enough. It will really, really make you feel like someone has completely encapsulated exactly what that feels like. You will feel validated and you will want to take action after seeing it. Incredible film, Inside Out 2.
Awesome.
Yeah, shut up. And finally, I'm watching so much freaking World Series of Poker Texas Hold'em main event right now. It's on 24/7 at our house. My wife loves it. I love it. My mom's watching. We're texting. Just cannot watch enough main event World Series of Poker. Love it. It's been a tradition every summer since I was 15 years old. I live for this event. July 3rd through the 17th, most fun thing in the world to watch. And then on top of it, you get Wimbledon across the pond at these funky hours. So you're getting tennis on grass. Amazing. And then the British Open comes. This run of television in July, Wimbledon, British Open, World Series of Poker, Love Island, unbelievable.
Poker's trash now. If you can sit there huddled up in a ball with a hooded sweatshirt on, sunglasses, headphones, and just be in your own turtle shell and play, I just think that's bullshit. You should have to have nothing on and actually play poker. You can't just have this curtain over your poker face. That's bullshit. That takes away from the whole art of the game. The art of the game is you have to be up there and face the bluff. You have to be in front of the mirror, dude. You can't hide. Just play online then. If you're going to play professional poker like that in the main event on that stage for all that money and the history of that tournament and all this shit, and you can fucking have a mask on, that's bullshit. I think it's bullshit. I think sunglasses should be barred, headwear, hooded sweatshirts for sure, all that stuff. You should have to sit up there like a fucking man and play poker. It's my take. So when I see that thing on TV and everyone's hiding in plain sight, it's stupid. What a dumb representation of a great game.
Folks, he just removed the microphone.
Take over. How do you argue with that? I'm right.
Hold on.
I'm fucking right. I'm right.
You know, when you're going to effectively drop the mic, which is to move it away from you, and you want to bask in the glory of that take, you don't pull it right back and then say take over. We know the take was over because you took the microphone away.
Okay, go ahead, Adam.
Okay, you don't come back on stage.
You look like a big hooded sweatshirt guy at the poker table to me.
I was actually going to tell you that a huge, huge part of me agrees with everything you just said, that there is a lost art of the game that comes in being able to manufacture a so-called poker face.
That's the game.
Well, now the mic's not up to your mouth.
That's the game.
Okay, there you go. Now you put it away again. Are you done with the episode? Are you done with the take? Poker, like golf, like tennis, like the NBA, like the NFL, like baseball, has been optimized to a point where it has lost part of its soul. When you swing for the fences in baseball, you lose a lot of the game. When you throw 50 times in the NFL, you lose a lot of the game. When you jack up three-pointers from half court, you lose a lot of the game. When you swing out of your ass knowing that you cannot miss on a 350-yard drive because you can just gouge it out of the rough, you lose a lot of the game. When you serve the ball 140 miles an hour and everyone is Andy Roddick and John Isner, you lose a lot of the game. When you put on a hooded sweatshirt, sunglasses, AirPods, and you don't show anyone your face while you're playing a game like poker, you lose a lot of the game. So I agree with you. I agree with you a lot. I just think that unfortunately we are at a point where there is too much data and too many edges to be gained by overly optimizing sports and games. We are now seeing a bastardized version of everything.
Everything. That's why I don't watch any of that shit anymore. I'd rather go to the beach with my family or play golf myself. Play the amateur game with my buddies. It's more fun. Watching these sports? Come on, dude.
That said, once again, we do congratulate our buddy, Joe Etter.
You love to see it.
On the winning bag at the John Deere Classic.
Etter, I'll take a New York jarred rare with some wagon wheels and a cream of spinach and a gin martini. And maybe a little creme brulee.
We are in a group text called LG's Table for Three.
I'm telling you.
It's the best named group text in the history of the world.
Yep.
No one else is on a group text called LG's Table for Three.
Nope.
In true Nation fashion, of course, we had this gentleman sponsored for 2 years, and of course he wins just months after going to Nike after Nation.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
What can you say? We're on a hot streak.
We're so bad at business. Comment. We will read the best ones. Comment on YouTube. We will bring them to the show from now on. We would love to see you in the comments. We would love for you to subscribe to this channel. We would love for you to press the thumbs up button. All of this helps with the algorithm. All of it helps get this podcast in front of people. And you listening on YouTube helps us get paid. We thank you so much for listening to The Fellowship, and we will see you next week.
Cheers.